Does it look a little bit like your desk when you are in the midst of crafting and having great ideas and adding? And yes, I now thought, let's turn on the camera, because I was just doing a little bit of experimenting, but it turned out really great. And I thought, what a shame that my camera wasn't on, but you know, I thought, let's turn it on now, although I am in the middle. And I think while I'm still a fairly new crafter, I find it difficult to always know exactly what I'm going to make, so I can prepare and lay out all the materials. And sometimes I can, but not all the times, like now. So that's finished. And let me show you what I'm working on, because I was just like experimenting and thought, let's do some ATC, some of these artist trading cards, because there are like little canvases you can experiment on. And I have some new ink I bought, and I wanted just to see how it would work. So I will show you what I did. And let me clear this stamp away and the stamping block. So I wanted to experiment with a lot of different stuff. I bought the Unchartered Mariner, Oxide, and I really like this color, and of course the Scorched Timber. And I bought them together, so when you look at these, they're really nice together. So I thought that would be very nice to make something with this. And what do I have that will fit with these colors? So that's how it started. And then this is one of the cards already finished. And I thought, no, that looks kind of nice. And I have 3 more that I've did a little bit of work on. And I made a photo in the beginning, so I will try to edit it in, and then it will appear right about now, I hope. And then you will see the canvas is still very white, because it is a double card, like it is a matte, I think they call it. And I always use these dies from the Elizabeth Craft Designs, because, well, you can cut it yourself, but it is with rounded corners and everything, so then it's, you know, you don't have to do that anymore. So it's this die. This is the 2.5 by 3.5 inch, and that is these. And then you have a smaller one with a stitched border on it, and I cut that in just a white cardstock. And these ones, the 2.5 by 3.5 inch, I cut in the Holtz Kraft-stock, the darkest blue from the set with all the dark colors in it. And this is kind of Unchartered Mariner, not entirely, but it really fits. And so I have this one, and the white, well, the white I will of course distress on top. So that's what's going on here. And then of course with a nice stamp on the back. And there's a lot of things going on, and let me try to explain what's on the card already. So let's see, here I have a card that's like this, and I had 4 of them already starting out like that. And I have cut some of the wildflowers. So it was my idea to do a card like a background and put a flower on it. And I was constantly looking if I liked it. Is it enough contrast, and is there enough going on in the background? So how did I get so far as this? Because this is a stenciling and the numbers are stamps, but the rest is all stenciling. And I got some, just looked through the stencils I have, and I just picked a couple, and then I put the ink on the stencil and I just transferred it to the paper. And I don't know if I can show it very quickly. And it's nice to have like different stencils, like with different shapes, like more curvy, round shapes, and some with dots, you know, different shaped stencils. And then if you have a stencil like this, and I have a piece, this is just me doing it right now, and let's see if I have like just a white piece of paper. I thought I saw a white piece of paper. Well, I do have another color. This is a lighter color, doesn't matter. If you have the stencil and you pick this Unchartered Mariner, and with these ones I did the vintage photo and the tea dye first, because starting with the lighter colors and then little accents with dark colors. So I started with the lighter colors first, and what I did was constantly like this, just putting some ink on the stencil, spray it with just a little water, not the big splashes, but some little bit of mist, and then just do like this. And you don't know what you get, like Tim always says, and then you get things like this. And if you layer it with different stencils, different shapes and different colors, it will turn out really great. Like I have this, and let's see if I have another stencil. I just cleared them all to clean my desk, but let's see, I can show you the one I used. These are from Elizabeth Craft Designs. I have some from some different brands, stencils, but I do like these doilies, and I use this one. So if I will take the vintage photo, I have the small ink. Doesn't matter, you can use the oxides and the inks in the same card, and then I just put on some of this ink, spray just a little bit of water on it, and then transfer it. And then it's just experimenting, because I see now that's not a lot of ink on it, but you can see the patterns. And that's how I started. That's how it all started, and you can probably see in here, you can see the little patterns. And then if it's not enough, you just add another layer, get another, and then finally I thought I need some more accents, and then I stamped with the Unchartered Mariner. I took some stamps from the Eccentric collection and stamped it on there, and I thought, well, this is really nice background and to start with. So let me just clean this up and put it away. So this is like how I started. My cards all looked like this in the beginning, and then I just added layers, picked out another stencil, and just continued until I was satisfied. So then I thought I want a little bit of collaging on top, and I recently did some experimenting with coffee dyeing. I never did it before, but did some coffee dyeing, and I also did some, how was it called, momigami, when you have a piece of paper and you crinkle it with cream and then let it dry. So that's what I did, and with those results I started collaging. So that's what I did here, and I will show you the sheets. I have them here on the ground. Let me just get them. So when I did the coffee dyeing, I did it per paper. I did some kitchen towel underneath. So I just had my printer paper, put the coffee dye on it, and just water with how do you call it, the instant coffee, and I made it very dark, and then with a big brush I brushed it on. So then I let it dry, and that's sheet by sheet, and I did like 5 or 6 sheets on this paper towel, and you see how interesting this paper towel is looking. And I already tore a piece off because it's like it comes off very easily. It will just break apart, the 2 layers. So this part I already took off, and you can see just how interesting these look, and it's very interesting to collage with. Here I have torn some pieces off, and you can just collage with it. But then I thought I could also maybe stamp it. Do you also have like a pile of paper on the ground next to your desk? It's hilarious. I just really have to step over it constantly. So I stamped on them, and then you get like these. I did some little flowers and just some random stamps, like here. I just did a few. So you can collage with it just like rice paper or collage paper. And that's what you see here. And this is just a packaging paper, which I stamped with the, let's see, this is the Unchartered Mariner. Becomes a really different color on a Kraft-stock color. And this is the VersaFine, this one. So I will tear pieces off and collage with it, as you can see here on the top. And I just went through my stash of stamps, and let's see what's very interesting to stamp. It's just really random picked. And I have the momigami paper, and that is this. And I stamped this kind of script on it. And the paper originally was this paper. It's like, this is a little bit thick craft kind of paper you just get when you order something, and it's like a filler for the box, so your products will keep in place. So this is just this kind of paper, and it's really nice to collage with. And if you make the momigami, it's like just rubbing cream or lotion on it and just uncrinkle it, let it dry, and it will become like this. And it's also becomes more of a fabric kind of right, and that was the light. Oh my gosh, let me get back to you. So that was a strange thing happening while recording. I just put on some other lights, but you can see the shadow here, and this was my overhead light. But for now I will do it like this, and I hope you won't mind this fallback shadow. But I will make sure it will be better for the next video. So this was the Momigami. And let's see what, because now my attention is really drawn back. Okay, I want to finish the cards. So I have made this one, I've shown you. And now I have prepared 3 backgrounds, stamped with the Artist Trading card stamp. And I will give them just a really light scent, not too much, because I really want this color to be shown. And then I have this flower, and I have this one. They're really so fragile. This one, and I have this. I don't know if it's, I always think it's lavender, but it doesn't look like lavender. It's just like a twig. But I cut 2 because it's so small. So this will be the 3 for the 3 cards. Let me put this to the side. And then I already was tearing some little pieces that I wanted to glue on. And I also found, because I have already glued a strip that is this kind of tissue paper I have. And I like the color, but I think I like the other things more. And I used the collage gel medium, because that's very nice for collaging. And just let's do some gluing. I've torn out a little piece. And I do like collaging. And I know a lot of people like splatters or sentiments, and you can certainly do that. But I kind of am satisfied with just this. But you could, if you want to, or put on some threads or sentiments or anything. That's totally to your taste, of course. Oh, I wanted to put the flower underneath. That's still possible. That's the beauty of the collage medium. And that is the contrast with the art glitter glue. You can just easily take it off, but then it also needs a lot more drying time. But in this instance, it is really nice to have some room to position everything, because I want the flower a little bit more seen. Put something under and put some over. I hope it's very, I think it's, you can see it as well as with the other light. The shadows will not, well, you can see it, okay. It's not the greatest, but okay. So here and I will cut this when it's dry. I will cut this strip off. You already see there's some more things going on here. And let's see, what do I want more? Yes, I did stamp these. So I will put something on. These are the tiles from Do I even know how it's called? Do I have this? I have to reach for it. Let's see. It's the Creative Blocks. It's this one. Creative Blocks. I really do like them. And let's see which one. And then find the spots. I think maybe here. And this is nice because it's transparent, so it will, or translucent I have to say. So the background will shine through. And I don't want to put on the entire thing, but I think about this. And then, will this look nice? I think so. Yes. So that's the corner. And you do have to be a little bit careful with putting on the gel medium, because underneath there is the water-soluble ink. So just put on the glue and don't really take a long time of brushing, because then you will brush the colors in every direction. And that is not what you want, or not what I want. All right. And will this be enough? And let's see what kind of flower I want on this, then I can see if I want more. I think I've decided on this flower. And I think a little bit like this. I could choose to do something here, maybe a little bit here, and then I could just use only this darker bit and put a little bit here, but not too much, just a small piece. Okay. Put it on like this. And okay, so this has to dry. And of course we can speed it up with the heat tool. Not very handy to do that in the camera and then blowing all my tissue paper from my desk. Okay, let's see if this is enough. Yes, this is fairly dry, not entirely, but enough to cut it. And I will do that with my big scissors, because I can cut a straighter line with that. And then when it's dry, it's of course better to cut than when it's wet. And when it's cut, you get a better picture of how it is. And then it will be like this. much better. And then because I didn't distress the edges, I will do that now, because that also will give a different perspective. Still a little bit of loose tissue paper here. Okay. And then, of course, I'm now doing almost everything with Scorched Timber, but it also will fit very nicely with this. It's going to be nice and dark. And it's like it's framing and giving depth to your work. It's already looking so much different just with a little dark edge. And you can come in with an angle like you want to. Give it really a small dark edge or a little bit more. But this is a little card, so just a small edge is okay. It's so nice to do. You can like just continue for half an hour doing this, but I won't. So, and then of course you will put this underneath and will give more depth, and then it will look like this. Such different than it looked, you see. And then the flower on top. And I have to decide if I want to, because I cut it out of Kraft-stock, I can give it a little sand if I want to. Maybe I will. And then this on top. Nice, right? Really nice, grungy and dark. I like it. And I think it will smell a little bit like coffee. So I will glue this together, and I want to see if I can fix the light, because I noticed that it's very irritating for me. So and I cannot really concentrate that well. Okay, so I will see if I can fix the light and can show you the end results. It is already the next day because I had to order a new light bulb for my overhead light. And luckily it's just one overnight shipping. And there is a lovely light again without too much dark shadows. And but in the meantime, I have been crafting and finishing my cards, so I can let you see the end result. And this one you already saw. And it's really a nice play with dark and light. And what I have learned from making this series is to really trust in building up layers. So I have really tried it, because I've heard it, of course, from so many crafters. It's layering, and now I really trusted the process of layering, and then you will get a really nice end result. And starting with a white cardstock gives you the advantage to play with light and dark. So I really like the pieces where they're still white, and it's like it's a light, and I really like that. So this one you already saw, and that was the one I was working on when the light acted up funny. Let's hope that this light will last for a long time. So that's this one, and then I also finished up the next cards. And it's kind of the same ingredients I've used in each card, just positioned it in other places, and so it makes a nice series of ATCs, and nice to play on such small canvas. So these are my 4 cards, and I'm very curious to know what you think of them. So please let me know if you like it. And now with the new light and everything, I will put up, the next one will be a nice craft video. And I already have a project I have started, and I hopefully can finish it on video. So I hope to see you in the next one. Hope you got inspired. Bye.